I love the church. Now, I know it is far from perfect, but it is still the mystical body of Christ. When we think about the church, sometimes we can think of a brick building or spires and bells and smells, but the church is you and the church is me. The church is when 2 or 3 gather together in the name of Christ and become His body, His hands, His feet, His heart in this world. Yes, all of these are church, the building that we walk into when we gather as a community. But there's also the domestic church, where you learn to pray as a family, where you learn to forgive, where you learn to love unconditionally. These are all places where we become and serve as the mystical body of Christ. Why mystical body of Christ? That's a complicated word. Well, it is mystical because Christ is beyond space and time, and so is the body of Christ. You see, we as human beings think always in terms of space and time. We can't even fathom, we cannot even imagine outside of things that are in space, not space up there, but space around us, and in the realm of time. You see, you remain the body of Christ, and in the body of Christ, if you stay close to Jesus, even after you die. Can you imagine that? You are still part of the church. In fact, there are 3 parts of the mystical body of Christ. Whoa. We're here in Jump Creek. I'm risking my life walking to take some drone shots. I hope you enjoy these. But there are 3 states of the church. There's the suffering, the militant, and the triumphant.
The church, the mystical body, exists on the earth, and it's called the church militant because its members struggle against the world, the flesh, and the devil.
The church triumphant is the church in heaven. The unity and cooperation of the members on the church on earth and the church in Purgatory is also called the communion of saints.
Hey, we're in San Diego here on a beautiful island, military base. You see, this is what the church is as well. It is church militant, not because we're fighting a physical war. And in fact, when we think of militant or military, we might think of violence. It's none of that. The church militant is a church that is fighting for our souls, fighting for holiness, that one day we may be the church triumphant in heaven, embracing Jesus and allowing Jesus to embrace us. It is a spiritual war. There are temptations out there, there are difficulties, but we need to get up and fight for other people, fight for our souls, and fight that we and others may make it to heaven together one day.
We as Catholics must care about our faith. We need to fight for our faith. But fighting for our faith is not a physical fight. It's about being strong in what you believe, taking character with you, and defending Jesus in the public field. It's not being worried what others may say about you, but actually letting them know what the faith has done for you. Our mission as Catholic Christians is to take Jesus out to the world. And by doing that, we encounter difficulties. But it is our purpose to continue that fight and to present Jesus, and the Jesus that you know personally. It's that personal Jesus that leads you and helps you fight the good fight with others who are mocking you.
Laguna Beach, baby. Here in beautiful California, Anaheim, right next to Disneyland. But I won't be going there today. Speaking at the convention center right here. You see, even though as much as we may want our bodies to last forever, you and I know that they're not. We're gonna die, our bodies are gonna go. But the great news is that our souls, the people we are, our inmost being, is going to last forever. We're going to live forever. And this is our duty as the Militant Church, to make sure that our souls make it to heaven. And that is not easy. There's a spiritual war to be fought in order to get there. But whether we like it or not, sometimes there are souls that are not ready for heaven. So they need to go through a place of purification even after this lifetime, a place of mercy. Rather than being taken away from God forever, God provided us this place called Purgatory or Purgatory for us to be purified. Those souls in Purgatory are called the suffering church because they actually see the end in sight, where they will actually get to heaven, but they're not quite there yet. But then there's the third part of the church which has made it into heaven. That is called the Triumphant Church. They are still part of our church. They're still part of the Holy Catholic Church, the body of Christ, because death never enters the kingdom of heaven. So the church in heaven, the church in Purgatory, and the church on earth, they're all part of the living body of Christ.
The church is very much alive. Just like in heaven, we have those who go before us. They are alive, they're praying for us, just like we're here on earth praying for those people that we love. So if you have people that, might be in purgatory, they might be in heaven, ask them for your prayers, because we're always connected, because the church is alive.